Hey everybody, it's me, Julz Chan again, and welcome to another installment of Julz Chan's Movie Corner. Today we are talking about Star Wars the Force Awakens. Alright, going into non-spoiler based territory, I really like this movie. I think it's really good. I think it is worth a second viewing. I actually was planning to see the movie on Saturday, however, I actually had an assignment to go and take pictures for the Thursday showing, and I decided, there's some tickets left, and also all my friends are here, and it really looks like it's packed, and it looks like it's really going to be a spectacle because, it's Star Wars, of course, and so many people are going to see it, so why not go see it, and maybe I'll have a great time, and I did. And I thought, I think I need to better reform my, refresh, or even reevaluate my opinion before making a vlog, because this is Star Wars. It is the movie pretty much of the winter season, possibly the year, next to Avengers Age of Ultron, so I need to get this right before making a vlog. So I decided, why not see it again for a second time, plus I also ordered a school ticket in advance, so why not? And I'm glad I did see Star Wars for a second time. It is so worth it. The actors are great. Most of the actors are great. The new characters, most of them, I'm really willing to embrace. They have a lot of potential. The story is paced well. J.J. Abrams, you've done a great job, and the movie looks great. The combination of practical effects combined with CGI, and also all of this snappy banter. If nobody in this production team, whether you're writing, special effects, makeup, or even the actors, or even J.J. Abrams himself, if nobody gets an award over this, I will be surprised, or even gets nominated for this, I'm going to be surprised. It is like a love letter to the older generation and the new generation of Star Wars fans, with so many callbacks, and I love it. And it is so worth, it's very worth seeing. It's very, it's worth applauding at the end. I just have to say that it's very worth applauding at the end, and I wish I had more Star Wars related paraphernalia, because I'm more of a Trek person. That's not gonna get me hurt or anything, but yeah, I wish I had more Star Wars paraphernalia, because everybody, of course, showed up in costumes and with lightsabers and everything, and just go see it, because actually, who am I kidding? You are going to go see this anyway, because if you're a Star Wars fan, you're going to go see it. You probably saw this movie yesterday. You probably saw it, like, right now. So, yeah, this movie is so worth it. It's even worth a second viewing, so go. Because I'm going to go into spoiler-based territory, so you have been warned. So if any of you are planning to aim your lightsabers at me, or if any of you are trying to force choke me right now because I can feel it, or even trying to aim the Death Star at me, please don't, because here come spoilers. You have been warned. So, on the concept of the new characters, Rey has a lot of potential. At first I didn't like her character. I thought that she was kind of, the stereotype of strong female characters, where she's badass, she has a weapon, but barely emotes. It was too serious. At first, that's what I thought, but upon my second showing, which I am glad that I did consider doing, that I can tell that she's a good person, she has a good heart, she's courageous, she is smart, and she is strong. So it's not what I thought as before, and I do see the potential in her. I do like her character, and also I consider that her character has a parallel. Her character's story, her story arc is very much a parallel to Luke's own, where she came from, what she is now going to do after leaving that horrible desert planet. She's going to go on a journey to become a master of the Force, to learn how to better control the Force now. Although I got to admit that her being accustomed to the Force was almost very Mary Sue-ish. However, considering her origin, I'm almost willing to buy it. How she was able to use it so quickly. But even with the consideration of her possible lineage, it's very hard to swallow. But still, I like Rey. I like Rey. And even though I wish she would emote a little bit more, what we got was still good. I like the actor; she did a good job. Her character did a good job, and I can't wait to see what else they will do with her, and I can't wait to see how her journey will unfold. Just like how it's a chance for a new generation of Star Wars fans, it's also a chance for a new generation of Jedi, basically. And also, obviously, she is Luke's daughter. There's no denying it. I mean, considering the flashback and the fact that the lightsaber called out to her specifically, the fact that she was able to master she was able to become adept at the Force and lightsaber fighting so quickly, and the fact that she was able to be able to fly the Millennium Falcon so quickly, and she's able to, and also she's a techie too. This is almost borderline Mary Sue levels, that the only way that you could explain it would be she's Luke's daughter. I think all details point in that direction, even though we don't have a direct confirmation because of the ending scene, which was great. However, still, how can we deny that she is Luke's daughter? Let's not try to deny that. I call it. I mean, if I'm wrong, you can come back to this video and comment and tell me so. So on her, on another new character that I liked, Finn. He was pretty much what I thought he would be in from the sight of the trailers. That he is pretty much the soldier that questioned his position, that saw the horror that the First Order, the main bad guys of this new movie, that he has seen the horror that they have wrought. He has seen the evil that they have caused. His comrades were dying. The villagers were being murdered right in front of him, and he didn't want to take part in that. He felt terrible, and so scared that he had to get away from them as soon as possible. I mean, it wasn't so much that it was the right thing to do, because with that one scene, because it's the right thing to do, I'm breaking you out. You need a pilot. Yes, I need a pilot. He mostly did it to get away from them, as a coward would do, although anyone would do. They would want to get out of the First Order, obviously. However, he just wanted to get to the next star system away from them, not so much fight back against them, because he thought fighting back against them would be useless. However, the moment he saw that the First Order was going to wipe out billions, if not trillions of people, in that one instance when the Star Killer destroyed 5 planets, destroyed the New Republic, he couldn't just sit idly by and watch as his friends go into battle, and possibly even more, trillions upon trillions of people will be killed. So, in a way, he got over his fear. He got over his fear and decided to do the right thing and save his friend, save all his friends, and help them take down the First Order, because they're going to need him. He has information. He worked with the First Order. Whatever information he has is greatly vital. And because of him, it worked. Because of him, they were able to take them down, and it was the right thing to do. I really liked Finn's story arc and character progression. I liked it. And I hope that he'll be better. And also, I loved his bromance with Poe. Serious, Poe is very cocky. I wish he's the best rebel around. He's pretty much the best rebel around so far since Han Solo. And I wish that he had more screen time, because his very quick bromance with Finn, I love it. Ship it! And on the subject of Finn, let's talk about his little buddy. The little buddy that everybody's talking about. BB-8. BB-8. Oh, so adorable, so adorable. I love how his design is so more conducive to any terrain that he can go on rocky terrains. He's even faster than R2-D2. He is even able to go down stairs, even able to control it. That's so cool. I hope the toy could do that, although chances are it won't, because it, but I want that toy. Oh, and I love how versatile he is with his design, because he even has little grappling hooks, he even has this little taser, he even has like this lighter thing that I guess he can give a thumbs up or maybe even a middle finger. I'm not sure, because I assume that droids are like foul-mouthed, foul-minded things, since we don't really understand what they're saying. For all we know, they're swearing. For all we know. But BB-8, in his articulation, or his body movement was so much more expressive than R2-D2 that you could really tell his emotions. And I like that. That made him even more adorable. He was more hyperactive. He was even more hyperactive than R2-D2. I'm not saying that he's cuter than R2-D2, but when they were both in the same scene, please don't tell me that when R2-D2 and BB-8 were in the same scene, when he unveiled R2-D2 from that cloak, you squeed inside. Like I said, it's like the meeting. It's just like how it's the chance for a new Star Wars generation. It's like the meeting of the old and new. It's just it's so wonderful. So now we move on to. But yes, I love BB-8. I love him. I want that toy, or at least a plushie or something. Now on to characters that I didn't like. At least the one character I really, really did not like. One of the new characters, Kylo Ren. I'm sorry. Kylo Ren is not... He's not intimidating. If he had just kept the helmet on, then maybe I would have taken him seriously. Maybe. Because he's just not intimidating. The moment he took off his mask and I saw his watered-down Tom Hiddleston-esque face, it's Tom Hiddleston-esque but watered down, but with none of the charm and sexiness. Seriously, it's even more pathetic than that. Not even in the adorable sense. I understand that he is untrained, he's young, he's not done with his training, but I'm not afraid of him. Whenever he freaks out, it's over the top and comical. Like, yeah, go ahead and destroy the console, dude. Or it didn't even help when the stormtroopers treated it in an almost comedic fashion. Like when he was destroying up a room, it's like, nope, he's having a bad time. Let's go. I don't find him scary. Even during the forced fight scene, and we're seeing his face, his voice dropped, so that made him even more pathetic. His very squeaky, pathetic voice, so whiny and nasally. I'm just not scared of him. His fear is that he's not going to be as good as Darth Vader. Yeah, that fear is already realized. So I am not afraid of Kylo Ren. I'm sorry. Even his lightsaber already pisses me off with the laser guard. Yeah, you could say that it has some use by tapping his shoulder. It's still dumb. It's still dumb to me. That was a very situational situation. So I hope that he gets better as the movies progress, or at the very least I don't have to see him anymore. Let's focus more on Rey, please. Let's focus more on Rey, and thank you, Rey, for beating him up. Although I will have to say, the action for a movie called Star Wars, there's not that much lightsaber fighting. Like, there are times where Finn picks up the lightsaber, which was cool, or there were times where Kylo Ren would kill someone with a lightsaber. The only real lightsaber battle would be between, Finn and Kylo Ren, then Rey and Kylo Ren. That's like near the end. I was kind of surprised for a movie called Star Wars. Well, since there are not that many Jedi anymore, but still, it's such short supply. And the last fight scene, and it's with new characters who are not that well trained. Even Kylo Ren, his fighting style felt very sloppy. And for Rey, I could understand, because she's never picked up a lightsaber before, and she's new to even though she picked up on her abilities quick, it still felt genuinely new, that she's a new person at this. She is not well trained in lightsaber fights. That I could understand. But even Kylo Ren didn't felt all that impressive. felt cool though. It still looked cool when she, I don't know what, when she slashed the lightsaber right out of his hand or whatever. That was still cool. That was still cool. Right near the edge, and everything. But I felt like the lightsaber fight could have been better. Still good, but could have been better. But and now more onto the characters. Harrison Ford. Man, even after so many years, Harrison Ford, you are still a vision of sexiness. Even with all that gray hair. Oh, and Chewie. Oh, these two. Oh, these two. I still love these two. When we saw Harrison Ford and Chewie, well, again, everybody cheered. When everybody saw the Millennium Falcon after so long, again, everybody cheered. Like, that ship is junk! Boom. We'll go take the junk! And I think they might have just kept the Millennium Falcon in storage and just, like, this whole set, and not cleaned it. And just kept how because it looked very old and dusty and grimy. So maybe, hey, guys, let's change it. It makes it authentic. And that was cool. And the very image of, the very scene of Han Solo getting back into the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon, and you see his face, that is the expression on our face, that he's, man, it's good to be home again. Seeing him there, the feeling of nostalgia washing down over you, that was amazing. I loved it. That's gotta be my favorite scene in the whole movie, seeing Chewie and Han Solo back in the Millennium Falcon. That is awesome. And although, oh Han, rest in peace, man. Harrison Ford, you did good. And I felt Chewie's pain. He let loose all over Kylo Ren and all of the stormtroopers and blew them up. I feel he did that in a rage. He did. And I felt your pain, Chewie. I felt your pain. Although I have to say, Harrison Ford, he was really good in that scene, while Kylo Ren, so dorky and pathetic. Even with the watery, dorky eyes, it really did not help. Kylo Ren, please, if he had kept the helmet on, it would have been good. It would have been good, because we didn't have to see his face. And then he would have a distorted voice. But no, Kylo Ren on his part, it was a bad scene. It was not that good of a scene. He made it predictable. He made it very, very predictable that he was going to stab Han. He made it very predictable. But for Han's part, he played that scene great. I loved it. Only because of him. And also the feels, man. The feels. The feels. It was so weird that when at the theater, my friends, one of my friends, Arnell, he was cosplaying as Han Solo, and we had Kylo Ren's lightsaber, and I was surprised that, why are you guys taking pictures of stabbing Han Solo? Is this how you reenact your feels? That's sick. Oh, but seeing Harrison Ford again, yeah, it was wonderful. I wish we saw more scenes with Carrie Fisher, although the two scenes that we got with them looking into each other's eyes after so long, Leia and Han seeing each other again after so long, and the music ballad in the background. Oh, they're like the old couple that you want to see together forever. They're so cute. Oh. And also, even after all these years, just like Han, Leia is still a vision of beauty. She doesn't have one bun, she has like a mega bun. But she was great to see again too. And of course, the ending scene. We knew that Mark Hamill was going to take part in this movie. He didn't have to say anything. Luke did not have to say anything at all with that last scene. Just seeing him there, so much potential. And I have to keep remembering that these movies play more like episodes. They're both cinematic, but also play as an episode, hence episodes. So it was hard for me to accept the progression there at first, but after a second viewing, okay, I'm good. It's been a while. I am not used to this, so it's a good thing I saw this a second time, and I'm glad I did, and it was still fun a second time. Maybe even more so. So that's what I like. That's what I liked about the movie in terms of characters. I love the new characters, and I love the return of the old characters. well, I like most of the characters. Kylo Ren, please get better over time. I'm willing to give you a chance, but this movie was not a good introduction for him. It was a good introduction for everybody else, not so much for Kylo Ren. Now, for story, it was paced well. There were maybe one or two times I felt like it was lagging, mostly before they got to the Rebel base, but it was still enjoyable. There was a lot of witty banter between everybody, which I liked. Like, most of it, of course, came from Han Solo, of course, and he is still dealing with less than reputable people and still owing people money. Of course, everybody knows him best as the smuggler, not so much the general. And the fact that, no Jedi exist anymore, that I could believe. That Kylo Ren was Luke's student, but then betrayed him, and because of that, there is no new generation of Jedi. Like, Rey is the last hope. Again, like I said, her story was pretty much a parallel to Luke's, since she is pretty much, there are not that many Jedi anymore. And now she must help Luke start a new generation of Jedi to possibly find the new Jedi Temple. That I like. And also, again, her story paralleled Luke's because she grew up in a terrible place. She didn't want to leave due to family obligations, but she soon had to because of circumstances. Because, the New Order is going to try and kill you anyway, so it might as well leave. And, of course, once she finds out that who she possibly is, she's going to go find answers and go become schooled in the ways of the Force and, of course, stop the big bad New Order. In a way, her story, it has a lot of elements that make it a parallel to Luke's own in First Hope, which I like, or even Empire Strikes Back. And I'm guessing her story for the next episode will parallel Luke's story in The Empire Strikes Back. So I'm hoping for that. I'm really hoping that's where the story will go. Now, in terms of the action, I was kind of disappointed that it was closer near the end that we finally got a real lightsaber battle. Most of the time, again, the lightsaber battle was in short supply. The only times that there was lightsabers used, I get it, there are not that many Jedi, but the only time that there were lightsabers used was when Finn used it in battle at the at the Rebel planet, and whenever Kylo Ren would kill someone or just wreck something up in a temper tantrum. Lightsabers were pretty much in short supply. The action scenes were mostly dedicated to blasters and spaceships, so those I liked, and I liked how all of the effects, not just with the lightsabers, but even with their weapons, and again, the CGI has improved over the years, really gave me an adrenaline rush. It wasn't so much the lightsaber battles that gave me the adrenaline rush, it was the space battles and the fighting with the stormtroopers. Like, even one stormtrooper had like a really cool gun-based melee weapon, so it was both a blaster and a bludgeoning weapon. I love that! Not everything a gun, turn it into something else. You're getting with the times, customizable weapons. And the lightsaber battle, I'm sorry, again, it was not that great. I mean, I understand with Rey, this is the first time she's ever wielding a lightsaber, so I can understand her fighting style. But Kylo Ren, you are supposedly trained, at least have some training in the ways of using a lightsaber, but it didn't feel that impressive of a lightsaber battle. I'm sorry. Except, maybe when it progressed, when she swatted his lightsaber right out of his hand, like after just forcing it near the ground. Like, I feel like, what are you going to do with that? And, oh! Okay, that was kind of clever. And also, there being near the edge, that was when the fight did get better and started getting exciting. But I wish that we didn't have to wait until the near end of the battle for their lightsaber fight to get impressive. And also, the duel, the laser guards, yeah, again, that is a very situational situation. I could really appreciate the scene for Finn's sake, but not so much for the fact that it's a lightsaber battle with that new horrible double laser guard. I just can't get on that. I really cannot get on the fact that it's a laser guard. Seriously, how did he not cut his wrist or something with that? Now, action was pretty good, but it was mostly the laser battles. Mostly it was those, or the space battles. We are taking on how can we make the Death Star look how can we make the Death Star look pathetic? I know, let's make one that's 10 times its size. Let's make one 10 times its size and draws power from the sun, and it's so awesome that when it explodes, it turns into a sun. We are taking on that, and this is like, I mean, you can never best the siege on the Death Star, because that will forever be a classic moment in history, and that was awesome. However, Poe, you are amazing. I wish we had more scenes with you. You are a badass. You took down the you took down the Star Killer in the same fashion that they took down the Death Star. Oh my gosh, I wish we had more scenes with you. You're so cool. And yeah, the action scenes, mostly for me, it was whenever there were ships involved or stormtroopers. Stormtroopers are surprisingly more threatening this time around, and I like that. That they are not the pathetic, can't aim for shit soldiers, but they can be intimidating. Like even the first shot that we see of them, it shows them getting ready for battle, right in the docking bays and everything. I like the cinematography. It even made the stormtroopers seem a little bit intimidating. So good job on you, stormtroopers. You're not pathetic anymore. Oh yeah, and the comedy in this movie. I liked how they integrated like bits of comedy into the movie to create levity, and that's what I really like seeing. That yeah, in a serious situation, you can have jokes, and most of it came from Han Solo. Obviously, I mean that's not how the Force works. Or kid, trust me, women will know. Trust me, they always know. I never ask myself that question until I know I've done it. Or I can get him there, but you're not gonna like it if I tell you. And also no Jar Jar Binks. Thank goodness, no Jar Jar Binks. And even the comic relief characters like BB-8 could have just been one giant joke, but no, I liked him. And even with comic relief characters like C-3PO, he's not really in it that much. Finn could have been like a joke throughout the entire movie, but no, it wasn't to the point where he was pathetic like a certain someone, but Finn became very likable. But you could still have those comedic moments where you either make fun of each other, make a joke about each other, and still be a really cool movie, and it doesn't ruin it. In times of crisis, you need to learn to have a laugh, really. If Legolas and Gimli have taught us anything, you can have bits of comedy even in the time of battle, really. It won't kill it, it just provides levity. I love it. Or, you will undo these restraints and leave the door open behind you. And you will drop your weapon. I will drop my weapon. I love it. I love the bits of comedy in here. That just made me... And the cinematography, again, whomever worked the camera, if anybody in the production team does not win an award or get nominated, I'm gonna be surprised. There's so many shots here. Every location looks so unique in their own right. Even the cinematography itself, I was learning more and more from this movie about cinematography and shots. They even make callbacks to of course, to the previous movie in terms of cinematography, like the sunset scene where Rey is riding across the sunset and everything. Many shots in the forest scene when they're fighting Kylo Ren. Yeah, I was really enjoying this. The special effects have really improved over time. The merging of special effects along with practical effects, CGI and practical effects, the merging of those two, I felt like I was watching an old school Star Wars movie, but at the same time watching something new and in something I would see in this time. So yes, with practical effects like natural makeup, or even having actual robots, not CGI robots, actual robots, and the various alien races looked so natural. Yeah, there were some CGI ones, but not that many, so I think they took that lesson from the prequels, like, you can use CGI, but make it look seamless, and also don't use it in overabundance, because that was so distracting. Here, there's not that much CGI. And also, with the many alien races, they go through the practical effects route, and actually go all out. Use that special effects makeup, use all this material on their faces. You make the costumes look very convincing, and not just have one giant blob of CGI. And again, if nobody gets nominated for an award for this, I am going to be very surprised. And also the movie, the movie's music. The music, of course, you can't change it. You can't. Obviously, don't. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Keep using the same music because it is awesome. It fits so well with the new movie that it's not so much the fact that it's the same music. It's how you execute it and the fact that the music is already awesome in its own right. The way that they use it for every scene felt so good. Especially during Han and Leia's scenes, the wonderful ballad between those two, or whenever we see the Millennium Falcon, obviously, the only music you can is the chase scene music, so, yeah, obviously. The music is great, nothing said, so in conclusion, I am looking forward to seeing what they will do with the new characters next. I'm looking to see how Rey's story will unfold. I'm very sure it really seems like a parallel between Luke's story and her story pretty much parallels Luke's story from First Hope, so I'm thinking maybe her story will parallel Luke's in Empire Strikes Back, that Luke is going to be Rey's Obi-Wan Kenobi. Pretty much you know that, because he already looks like Obi-Wan Kenobi. Alright, now it's my turn to train you, you little whippersnapper. And seeing all the old actors again, and also most of the new actors really did their job. Their characters really did their job. I am really looking forward to see what they do with them. Kylo Ren, please just get better. That's all I ask. Even Kylo Ren didn't ruin my enjoyment of this movie. I am glad that I saw this movie for a second time. And I think I've learned from my past movie reviews that seeing a movie for a second time really helps me reevaluate my opinion over the movie. And because I learned from Man of Steel that your first viewing can be a bit misguided, so upon second viewing I knew that Man of Steel sucked. And upon my second viewing I knew that Star Wars was awesome. Alright guys, that's all the time I have. Please comment, please subscribe. If there's anything I missed about the movie, please let me know and let's discuss it. Really, let's discuss about this movie. Please support my videos through my Patreon if you would like. If not, just keep circulating the links. Let's discuss this movie. Let's talk about this movie, and I will see